And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to our third broadcast of the day. Welcome back to the Brazilian StarCraft 2 Circuit 2025. I'm of course your live VIP. With me, I'm joined by these amazing players, by the people in chat and by the questions as well. Welcome to our fresh best of 3. Now, as a reminder, I was going over it earlier, but the group stage 2 has begun, and here we go. In the top right hand corner, we have Maffer, the Brazilian Terran for Team Hellfire. And in the bottom left, we have the Brazilian Terran player for Eximius Gaming. It is Purple. Ah, let's go. We got their rankings, we got their performances as well. Do love to see it. Vamonos, Matthew, vamonos. But yes, we are here, we are back, we are live. Oh. There we go. Sorry, just setting things up. But we are back, we are live with our third broadcast. We're live with the Brazilian StarCraft Circuit. For those that are curious, again, we'll reiterate what is occurring here. There is an offline event happening in Brazil. There is a big offline event happening in Sao Paulo that is going to be in a couple of months. Again, the Brazilian scene has come together, has crowdfunded, and has been hosting and organizing events all year. We've been covering them here on the channel, so if you've missed out on some Brazilian StarCraft, we have so many VODs on the channel of Code for Giants Cup, of Host Masters, of Host Gaming, the Host Opens, I should say, and of Amantes StarCraft as well. Again, many events throughout the course of the year, all providing points, all leading into this big offline event. Currently online, I should emphasize. Group stage 1 did conclude a couple of weeks ago. Now we're jumping into group stage number 2, where we have the best of the best in Brazil facing off in said group stage to make it to the playoffs. Now tonight we have Group A and Group B, by the way. We have both groups available to us, and it's a round robin groups. We'll be going over the groups after this series. Don't worry, we'll get there. We have plenty of time tonight, plenty of content, plenty of StarCraft on the horizon. Let us go. But again, we'll be going over that after this initial series. Now this did begin an hour ago, so we actually already missed 2 matches. We missed 2 series already. We missed some TvTs. This is the final TvT of Group A, and we'll see how Maffer and Purple do compare to each other. For now, we do have our initial openers. Double Reaper here from Maffer is going to be able to save his CC, is going to be able to zone Purple away. Coming into this, Maffer is slightly higher ranked than Purple. That is true. These 2 players are more semi-pros or more amateur players, kind of stepping into the ring here. We do have pro players involved when it comes to the group stage, but remember, this is still the group stage. We still have some more amateur players mixed in amongst the pros. Just as a heads up. First. Yes, first. Ah, no. But I should fix up the Team Hellfire and Eximius Gaming. I should fix up the title as well. I will get on that. See if I can set up. Tournaments. Oh, do apologize as we're dipping in. Sorry, I'm just setting up the update title. Beautiful. Mastery. I'm sorry, as we're settling in, so far both players getting up to 2 bases, both players with a comparable economy as well. We do have our initial tank Raven set up here from Purple. Meanwhile, Maffer being a little bit more assertive here with his Reaper Hellion, looking for a way in, but Purple, he is secure on 2 bases. Third CC does begin here for Maffer, so he is the first to start up his 3rd base, but Purple not too far behind, so both players are getting into their own 3rd CCs and building up into a greater economy. Let's go. Let us go. As again, we are still in game 1 of this fresh best of 3. Coming into this, I'm actually not entirely certain as to who to favor coming into this series and how they compare to each other. I'll say they're relatively close in skill. We'll see. So far we have extra Raxes on the way, so thankfully Bio Tank added purple. Also, purple is not purple, he's blue. I'm shaking my head. Feels bad, man, feels bad. I haven't noticed any extra Raxes or factories on the side of Maffer, not yet. But at this point, it should be Bio Tank as well, I would imagine. So no mech, not yet. Thankfully. Maybe saying that too soon. I mean, Maffer is banking up some resources here before he expands. Where is that production? Players are still building up. Yeah, there it is, more Raxes on the way. The production cycle for Maffer is delayed, so that is a big concern here. This is going to mean that, I mean, you can see that he's banking, right? He's banking minerals, he's banking gas, he's banking everything because of his delayed production. It is slowing Maffer down, and purple, he has a more secure setup here, with more marine production, equivalent tanks, but faster stim, faster combat shields. Everything is slightly faster for purple, is a concern. Likewise, Raven harassed into the mineral lines. Not quite getting many SCV kills though. Raven is going to be thrown away. Beautiful. Shout out to Ice God, by the way. We are casting from a clean feed, so I'm not in game. I'm not observing. Instead, Ice God is. So big shout out to Ice God, of course, for facilitating for the clean feed. I know that we're casting. I know that CranKy is casting in Spanish as well, alongside, of course, Cosmos in Brazilian, in Portuguese. So big shout out to Cosmos. Oh, Jesus. Oh God. Ice God, calm down.
Your research is done. Don't forget the rest of it.
As we are panning the camera around quite a bit. But for the time being, we're now securing our third bases. I do give the edge to purple again when it comes to the faster production, the faster upgrades is all slightly in favor of purple, but there are no major engagements yet. No major clashes. We're still just building up. I mean, again, we missed out on some of the TvTs earlier. This is the final TvT of the group. They say we're here for a long one, Pappy. No, no. We're staring each other down. From here, we can look to get into a fourth expansion, fourth bases, more upgrades, of course, armories on the way from Maffer to get into 2-2, to get into his mech upgrades as well. Purple moving out. The armies, they do miss each other. Purple, the first to siege. It does siege. He can claim this fight. Disables the tanks. He's moving in. He's going for the kill. He's fighting out of range of his own tanks, though. Ravens, they get thrown away. Ravens are going to be thrown away. Barely doesn't break through the tank line. Purple takes down all the Marines, takes down all the Bio, but not quite enough to break through. Likewise, ring of turrets in the main. Purple threading a push. Does thread. Oh god, no! Purple denied entry into the bases. I did recognize the volume is a little bit loud. I will look to lower it. Greens, they try to stim in. They're going to get cleaned up. Tank goes down and Maffer is holding. Despite having the smaller army, he does hold on with his tank line. And we back off. We back off, we claim more bases, getting a 4th base up and running for both players. Purple could have attempted to rotate into 9 bases, but remember, he's the one that did try to go for the kill and go into the main. It's not worth it in the end. Quite as Maffer is looking for another win. Again, supplies are still neck and neck. Upgrades are even as well. Both players working on 2-2. Maffer does have vehicle weapons on the way. That is going to be one advantage that he's going to have over Purple. See Maffer going right down mid, forcing his way into the bases. And tanks are sieging, they lock him down. Oh my god. And he's just going for the kill from here. At Purple, he's out of position. Marines, they bust into the bases. Bust into the mineral line. Getting 10 SCVs. Ten SCVs from here. Pushing further in. The tanks are exposed. Getting another 2, getting another 3. And again, despite, I would say, the Purple having a stronger start to the game, alas, Maffer, he did recover. Does wedge himself into the bases. There's no way into this. We have mass medics. The medevacs, they're not going to move in. It's not going to happen. Vikings, they do overextend. Yeah, there's no support for the tanks. The tanks are going down one after the other. Repairs are not in time. And Maffer, he has done it. He's shutting Purple down. Shut him down, getting 23 SCV kills. Getting 23 SCVs. Likewise, 3 3s on the way, plus 2 vehicle weapons. Maffer just getting further ahead with his upgrades. Having a harder time pushing into the 4th or into the main. But regardless, Purple, he's on a 1-base economy. He's stuck at his 4th base is the only base mining. His main is running out. Now let's go, getting a 5th. Getting another expansion. Stack flows are going up. And once again, most of the supply are in medevacs. And Maffer can stem in. This time he can stem. And he should be able to break Purple. Takes down the tanks. Doesn't quite get into the main though. Yeah, not quite. Forward. Oh god, still rallying in. Still rallying in more tanks. Again, a little bit of a messy conclusion to this game from Maffer, but overall, like, he's still in a good position. going for the Doom Drop. This one just sending it across the map, doing what he can. I mean, the Doom Drop is most likely the best chance for Purple to like recover in this game and force the army back home and get some kind of counter damage. Jesus. So they'll sim in. Sims into the bases. Has control of the ramp. Maffer stimming in. And there we go. He finally does break through. Finally breaking into the main base. Came with the production. And Purple has nothing left. At this point, he has nothing left. GG gets pulled. And Maffer, he will take game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played. I will adjust the volume, though. Again, it was the sound effects were a little bit louder, but GG well played. Maffer does take a lead in the series, and again, Purple, he did well for himself. He did well for himself initially in the game, but alas, we did see one moment where we saw Maffer just wedge himself in between the bases, despite having an equivalent army size. Purple was out of position. GG. GG well played. With that, Maffer does take a lead, and we'll see if Purple can bounce back. We'll see if he can recover. As we're getting into game 2. Jumping into that second game. When it comes to the overall group stage, I guess after this series we'll be going over the groups themselves. We do still have 1, 2, 3 more matches after this. We still have 3 more best of 3s involving the Zerg player, involving Dominoko. He's going to be going up against Maffer, Purple, and Kamikaze. May as well start setting up for that. God, me not go. We'll be getting all that ready. But until then, we do continue our series. Here we go. We're jumping into game number 2. Jumping into game 2, and in the top right-hand corner, we do have our Brazilian Terran player, the Red Terran for Team Hellfire. It is Maffer. I was hoping to line that up. There he is. Ranked number 18 in the overall circuit. And spawning the bottom left-hand corner, we have the Brazilian Terran for Team Eximius Gaming. It is Purple. Rank 17. Oh, let's go. Didn't realize we were that close. Yo, we got seed 18 and 17 facing off. Love to see it. Do love to see it. Once again, we have mirrored builds. We have double gas opener out of Maffer, double gas opener out of Purple as well. You see Maffer is scouting for proxies nearby. He does lead the series, of course, so playing a little bit safer here. Does check for proxies. And again, shout out to Cosmos. Cosmos, of course, he is the main organizer and caster for the event. El Cosmos, papi. A lot of love for Cosmos. Likewise, of course, we do have a lot of love for the Brazilian scene in general. Again, this event is crowdfunded. It is crowdfunded. They have their own equivalent of Indiegogo to help support the event. So they've been doing a lot of crowdfunding to actually book the venue, and not just that, but also to actually allow for travel costs for the players to bring them in. Brazil is a very, very large country, and because of that, it actually takes quite a bit to actually travel within the country to actually get to Sao Paulo. So I know that a lot of crowdfunding was done to actually help with that. So really cool to see. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. So selling into our game. So far, again, nothing too crazy. We had double gas open from both players. From here, we can go into Reaper Hellion. Into our early game. Nothing crazy so far. You see both players being more defensive back at home. It can be really risky moving out in the early game of TvT just because you don't know what you're moving into. You could be moving into someone who's going Reacted Reaper Hellion and who's not stopping Hellion and Reaper production, so you could just lose your army early on. So it is very standard to be more defensive with your first couple of units. It is typically considered risky and illegal to be overly aggressive with them, to move out for a scout even. So with that, everyone's staying at home. You can see that purple is switching into tank production. Is supply blocked? Oh, so real supply block. The Cyclone is delayed as a result. Meanwhile, Maffer, the red player, is continuing Reaper production. So is going into more committed Reaper Hellion. And with that, he'll be active on the map soon. As you can see, he's about to push. Does catch the Hellion. And from here, can counterattack. And I'm concerned just because the Cyclone was delayed because of the supply block. Without said Cyclone, Maffer may just have too much here. As he does zoom across the map. So does move out. Going for the dive. And with that takes on the Reaper, where the Hellion does arrive just in time, sorry, Hellion? The Cyclone does arrive just in time. The Cyclone will defend. We'll shut this down. Cyclone does hold. Again, Cyclones early on in TvT, they're quite solid defensive units. From there, Cyclone opener into tank production, both players going into Ravens. We have Purple going for his third CC a little bit faster here, so faster third base for Purple. Maffer shouldn't be too far behind. Say that Reapers are going to the main. They do scout the timing of the third CC, and Mastery has to make a choice. Oh, sorry, Maffer has to make a choice here. Does he throw down his own third, or does he commit? There is a little there we go. Third CC is on the way. There is a little pressure on Maffer. He is getting a third base. He's not going for the all-in, but he should be active on the map to delay the third of his opponent. To delay that third base. To give himself time he needs to build up as well. To build up to claim his own third. To be the first land on location. I say that Purple's the first to move out.
That command center upgrade add-on is done.
Does push. He scans, he sees the setup, he's like, nope. He's like, I'm good. Pulls away. But because Purple was the player to be active on the map, it means that he's free to expand, to take his own third base. Maffer is being more passive, more defensive. And this will mean that Purple is allowed to expand and allowed to gain a greater economy. Now, what I will say is that we had a similar setup in Game 1. Like, Game 1, Purple, I would say, had a stronger early game. Things did snowball out of control in favor of Maffer as the game progressed, but it was a stronger start for Purple. Similarly here as well. Where Purple, he has a greater economy. Yo, shout out to the logo. And to the Marine. To appreciate it. As Maffer, he finally claims his third. You can see he is down 20 supply. That's because of how late the third is. So Purple, he's had just a better economy, better income, better saturation. Things are looking much stronger here for Purple, at least initially. So that does sit by. Heads into the mineral line. Getting about 5, 6, 7. Jesus, this is getting out of hand. Getting up to 9. 9, 10 SCVs go down, getting up to 11. The Marines are cleaned up. Again, that is 11 SCVs. Right, nice damage here from Purple. He was already ahead economically, so now he secures his lead. And at this point, Maffer, he has to hope for mistakes. Maffer, you can, of course, still outposition and take better fights. In TvT, it's one of those things where you can be down 20, 30 army supply and still take a fight with better positional play. This is true. Pressure is on Maffer. Does have to bring it together. From here, Maffer does have slightly better upgrades. He's already working on 2-2. So there are potentially these small windows where he does have upgrades over his opponents, potentially. Chat to Ice Guard just pointing out the lack of combat shields, but it's on the way. We're getting there. And Purple is going to be the first to max. But it's going to be on Purple to do something with said army. There we go, Maffer, he's maxed. He's maxed, he's at 200 supply. Again, there's a lot of pressure right now on Purple to do something with this. Right now he does have a nice lead, but that lead will close. It will close here, and Maffer, he's already like on his tails. You can see 2-2 is now wrapping up for Maffer, getting to 3-3. Claiming another expansion. And Purple is only being active with drops. Now, just speaking of, oh god, the drops are being cleaned up. Now, Maffer, he still is running a greater bank than his opponent, that is true, but these are some rough losses here, and he's not able to fully make use of that bank. Ideally, if he were to move out with his main army, he could trade, and of course, he can afford to replace his army that he will bleed out. Maffer less so. That's not quite what's happening. Here we go, Maffer, he breaks out, he gains map control. He's done defending. Oh. He's out of cycling. Getting within range of the CC. CC's under fire. And the command center is going to go down. It's going to be a kill. Purple, he slips away. Does sneak by. Maffer pushing right down mid. We've been here before. That was supposed to be disables. A bit of a misclick. Going for the entire missile on all 3 tanks. Uh-oh. So less than ideal. There we go, missile here on the main army, on the player. Marines, oh, the move command, oh, the move command. Oh my god. Throws away a bunch of army, and just like that, Maffer takes one massive dominant fight. Takes down 20 SCVs, takes down the tanks, the Marines, purple. Once again, I would say I stand by this, had a better start to this game, but oh no. Este purple. Ay, ay, ay. With that Maffer, you can just keep going. You can just keep pushing. Shout to Maffer pointing out that he does not F2. The rest of his forces out on the map. Still not coming together, not quite. Maybe a little bit paranoid about a counterattack. As Maffer denies the northern base. Still moving in, he's working on 333. Well, we may just go for the Doom drop. He's boosting in, he's crazy. Does boost in. We'll get the unload off. One Medevac goes down. A little bit late to siege, but it's fine. Yeah, he does siege in time regardless. Campus production, takes out the turret. Likewise, just sending it right down mid as well. The army sims in. Tank within range of the planetary. Oh god. And purple is going for the base trade. It's oh god. There's nothing to trade. There's nothing left. The wall of bio defends. Maffer holds back at home, and across the map everything is flashing red. The main base, the fourth, the third. It's all red. Some 13 SCVs. Ooh, the tanks, they are clicked on the planetary, so they're gonna go down. Okay, but here comes the next wave. Again, Maffer still got 2k minerals in the bank, 3k gas. Production, I don't think keeping him at bay. As Maffer did bleed out a little bit too much there. And again, Maffer, he has a bank, but he has to spend his money here. You see he's throwing down 2 more bases. Oh god, the stiff. Jesus. He gets 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh god. 6 tanks go down. Nice big ups. Takes down a wall of tanks. Likewise, more bases on the way. On the one hand, purple, he is in a rough position, but at the same time, the supplies are close enough where purple, if he can take a fight here, he can still snowball into a win. Can still pull this off.
Mineral field depleted. Our SCV.
Tanks that siege behind the mineral line. Maffer tries to step in into siege tanks. Oh god. Yeah, this is not the play here. Maffer bleeding out so much supply. Bleeds out his tanks, bleeds out his army. Maffer, he has a massive bank, but he needs time to rebuild. He doesn't have enough production. And purple is going for the kill. He's going for the throat. No shot. Purple, can he pull this off? And again, the Marines as well. And again, Maffer, he just has to spend his money. Spend your money. Rip in. Oh god, they're just getting picked apart. Good map for making more Marines. Likewise making more tanks. Likewise, we have more of these starports on the way. From here, we can maybe try to go into Liberators. Adjusting the Mats Viking. We're still in this game. CC. CC pulls away. Supplies are still neck and neck. That massive bank that Maffer once had is not there anymore. Banks are comparable. Oh no. And Maffer still has a bit of upgrades. True. It's 3-3-3. Rotating in. Maffer, he's late to respond. Oh. He's gonna be later to respond. Purple, he should be the first to siege. They're going for the natural hit, does siege up. Maffer trying to stem in. Does get on top of the tanks, and looks like he will take the fight. Purple, he just doesn't have enough army here. None of supply, none of support. Tank count goes down. Purple. He almost caught his way back into this. Almost. Almost. I can envision a world with an ace match. But it should not be this world. Maffer is back in control. Yeah. Oh god, no. Oh no! Apparently he had 8 tanks and weren't doing anything. I think they were stuck in the main. No. So I mean now they break out, but he had 8 tanks not doing anything. No! Purple. Smooth, badly smooth. Yeah, as Maffer is forcing his way up the ramp. Not a pretty trade here. Going up a ramp into a concave is never an easy thing. He does peel off. Peel off towards right hand side. Alright guys, Maffer is denying mining. Denying more economy. No repair. CC goes down. Liberation is on the way. Let's go. Maffer is getting to Liberators. Likewise, still has a stronger economy. Maffer is maxed out. He may hit it. He may hit it. And Purple is still not quite there yet. Shouldn't, but we'll see. I've seen some rough fights out of both players so far in this game, even let alone this series. as with this. I mean, this is, unfortunately, Purple just doesn't have the supply to defend multiple locations at once. There are openings here. There are gaps in the defense. Maffer takes down a base, takes down a mineral line. At the same time, Purple, he does defend towards the top side at least, but oh god. Maffer, he doesn't stop. He doesn't stop. And takes down another CC, another expansion. Purple, he had potential in this game, in this series. I can definitely see a world where we would have had an ace match, but no, not this time. I say that Purple does take the fight. Takes the fight, cleans up the army. If only he had an economy. Likewise, if only Maffer could actually spend his money. Oh no. It's Purple going for the counterattack. Oh. Pushing into Liberation though. There's too much freedom. Oh god, there's too much freedom. Far too much. As I mean, Purple is like actually achieving quite a bit of damage here, getting 15 SCVs. Maffer is trickling into tanks, by the way. This is the roughest fight that Maffer can take. Oh god. He's a bit of a meat grinder, but are we coming from behind? There we go. He doesn't. With that, he will overwhelm. It was Messi. It was Messi. It was not Ronaldinho. Not at all. GG gets called, and Maffer will take the series 2-0. Claiming the series and taking down Purple. GG. GG. Whew. Oh my god. It's 25 minutes. GG, well played. Again, an intense back and forth. And to be fair, despite that being a bit of a longer game, like there were moments where Purple had a lead over his opponent. There were moments where Maffer had a lead. It was back and forth. Both players took some really rough and questionable fights. And that led into some really awkward game states. But regardless, GG. GG, well played. Maffer, he will claim the series. And up next, we should be now jumping into some Dorminoko matches. What I mean by that is that Dorminoko, of course, he has been, Dorminoko, he is the Zerg player, the lone Zerg in this group. And he's going to be facing off against every Terran, against Purple, against Maffer, and against Kamikaze as well. Let's go. Let us go. As we're going to be going on a short break, and when we come back, we'll have that next series. We'll have some ZBT. We're done with the TvTs. We're done for the broadcast, thankfully. It's only one. We're going to be wrapping up with that, and up next, we will have our next Zerg vs Terran matchups. See you soon after a very short break. Shouldn't be long. See you soon.